I've come to the end of my series looking at the letters from Jesus to the churches in Revelation chapters 2 and 3. And I can truly say that it ends in a glorious way. Because as we look at this seventh and final letter to Laodicea, we can see that it starts with a harsh, stern warning to the church and ends with an amazing promise of hope. So Jesus describes the church in Laodicea as lukewarm. And this is not something to take lightly, because he says it makes him want to spit them out of his mouth. He says that they're blind to what they're doing. They think they're rich and don't need anything, but in fact they're wretched, poor, pitiful, blind, and naked. But yet Jesus doesn't want to leave them in that condition, because he wants to offer them hope. And so he tells them that those whom I love, I rebuke and discipline. And he offers them some remedies and then calls on them to be earnest and repent. And the repent means to change their sinful way of thinking so that they can change their sinful acts. It's a transformation of their heart and their mind to be like him. And then Jesus gives this great picture. He says, "Here I am. I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with that person, and they with me." Now, when I was growing up, this picture was in a prominent place in our church building. And it was pointed out that this was Jesus knocking on the heart of everybody, and that there's no handle for him so that he can't just walk in the door, but we've got to let him in. And this is a great promise of evangelism and reaching out to everyone. But yet, I think when we look at it in light of this whole letter to Laodicea, it becomes more amazing. Because Jesus is not knocking at the heart of someone who we might define lukewarm as being just needs to try a little harder. But he's knocking at the heart of someone that he's ready to spit out of his mouth. He's ready to tell them, "Depart from me, I never knew you," and cast them away from heaven forever. But he offers them hope. And if we return to him, if you return to him, I return to him, anybody who's fallen short comes back and is victorious. He says, "I will give the right to sit with me on my throne." Truly glorious.